What's good? You back for another episode of Debate from the Great State. This is episode 11. I am Chris. The guy over here, or over here, I should say, is Roy. The guy down here is Ant. And we got a nice little lineup for you. So if you haven't already, even though this is a podcast, we do run this on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Drop a comment and share it with somebody. I don't care who you share it with. Just share it with somebody. But before we get started, fellas, how's y'all weekend going so far?
Hey, it started off rough, Chuck. Got a little bittersweet today. As y'all remember last week, I told you had an unfortunate friend pass, but sent her home in a beautiful way. So other than that, man, it's been good. Family doing good. I'm straight.
Man, you can't get no better than that, Roy. How things been going on your end?
Well, man, everything been going all right, man. Got a big week coming up this week or whatnot. So, hopefully I have some good news to, tell the world on this next episode. So
okay.
Right now I'm just trying to stay steady, man. Keep pushing and keep rolling. That's it. Slow motion.
Hey man. Steady long, steady wrong, man. Just keep moving. Slow motion. Fellas, I know y'all know how we open it up. So what do y'all got over there? What y'all sipping on today?
Man, I got a little, as my boy Friday say, do it fluid.
Do it fluid.
But I got the
Douce.
Got the Douce, man. That's all. It might be gone by the time we get finished with this podcast.
You got the Douce you tapped last week?
I had just opened it. Opened it last week.
We ain't talked that much, did we?
Nah, I had just opened it. I only had like one Jeep. Hey, go check the tank. I only had like one drink out of there. Hey,
right.
This right here.
By doing this on YouTube, you can always go back and check the tape.
Hey, check the tape, man. Hey, I don't partake every day, but when I do partake,
it's top shelf.
It's top shelf. So that's what I got. That's what I got left right there. But me, I always come through with the good drink. So if this one goes by the end of the show, I'll bring out another one.
What you got down there, Ant? What we pulling up today?
I think I have the same shit I had last week. I had a vodka last week.
I think you had that Deep Eddies.
God damn it. Well, I'm back on it again, my
dude. There you go.
Fucking around with our good old friend Raymond, his ignorant ass. I started off with something a little funky this morning, so I had to keep it rolling with the white guy. So
on that
Deep Betty from the great state.
Mm-hmm.
I think
the words of Roy say, cut the check.
I think I'm gonna give me something from the great state next time.
Hey, that Deep Eddy though, they got a cranberry with those slapping. That's what I had earlier.
Oh yeah.
You don't even need no cut with it. Just
no cut.
Get your 3 cubes. You in there.
Man, I ain't no clear drinker, man. Like that shit had me acting ignorant.
That's what we're trying to get to. This trip, entertainment.
Well, at least I like to relax and chill. I'm pretty.
Save it for the ignorant shit segment, bro.
Yeah, man. It be hard because once I get in my system, I'm just gonna be ignorant the whole time until my kidneys flush it out, man.
So the whole show gonna be ignorant.
The whole show gonna be ignorant, man. That's why. For those of y'all who do watch this podcast, y'all see I'm kind of the laid back one or whatever. Like all I want to do is just sit, chill. You know what I mean? But that shit there had me the complete opposite.
Welcome to my world.
Leaning on tilt.
Man, I be tilting quick, and it won't take that much either. For whatever reason, it don't take that much. That clear will have me on a totally different person.
We're gonna keep that nigga clear of the clear.
Yeah, that's right. That's the best move.
One day we're gonna bust it wide open one of these days. We're gonna bust it open at the gate.
That's gonna have to be that. That's gonna have to be when we all together and we plan this shit out and we do one of these shows together.
Episode 20.
Then you know what I'm saying.
You're saying it right here. So on episode 11, by episode 20, we all gonna pull up some clear.
All over.
I'll pull up some white.
It don't matter. It could be rum, vodka, tequila. Hey, it could be moonshine. Now I give a fuck. It could be rubbing alcohol, but we're gonna do all white.
I got some moonshine.
You look at it. There you go. That's a start.
I got some charter though. I ain't got that cliche. I got some charter, man.
But still, I work out the same. Start out the same before they put the fruits in it.
Yeah. Well.
All right. So what we toasting to?
I think that it is highly appropriate for the announcements that came out earlier today that we post to our new leader of the free world. What y'all think? And our first ever Black female vice president. What y'all think?
I say rapper.
Rapper. I'm with that.
Rapper. Ooh.
All right, fellas. So as promised, we got a jam-packed show for you today. We're gonna lead this the same way probably as everybody else is leading it right now. We're gonna jump off into the election results. Y'all know Biden just got announced our projected 46th president of the United States. What y'all think about that?
Man. They had me nervous.
So you
had us on the ropes.
He pulled. he definitely pulled. He pulled a DK Metcalf. That's for sure.
Man,
he pulled a DK Metcalf. Boy, that joker did a LeBron chase down Iguodala block.
However,
that's what he did.
I do say this. They let you know the politicians that we. First of all, to let you know your power of your vote. If you don't believe your shit don't matter, today is the day that you see your vote matter. Georgia. Good old Georgia.
Georgia.
Turn blue.
Georgia.
You see them boys up, as Steve Harvey say, they put them booty screws in Philly turn Pennsylvania blue.
Yeah.
Texas. Oh Lord, the great state of Texas turned blue for a teaspoon that Fort Worth done fucked it up.
Flip this back over to red.
However, it was blue. It was blue from like 7 o'clock at night till I went to sleep around like midnight.
Say that the whole country is cripping right now.
Hey,
Snoop is cripping.
The whole country, a majority of the country is cripping, man.
Hey,
the electoral college is cripping.
I'm gonna get into the video, homies. Y'all ready?
Go with it.
CNN projects Joseph R. Biden Jr. is elected the 46th president of the United States, winning the White House and denying President Trump a second term. We're able to make this projection because CNN projects Biden wins Pennsylvania, the former vice president, in his third run for the highest office, pulling off a rare defeat of a sitting commander-in-chief. With this victory, Kamala Harris is set to become the first woman and the first person of color to be the vice president. Again, CNN projects Joe Biden will become the 46th president of the United States. And Jake, he is now President-elect Joe Biden.
What a moment in history. We have all been waiting on the edges of our seats since Tuesday. It is the end of a tumultuous presidency, a time of some accomplishments, no question, a time where many Americans throughout the country and in shuttered steel towns and in rural America, they felt for the first time, they felt heard, which is important, but it is also, Wolf, it has also been a time of extreme divisions. Many of the divisions caused and exacerbated by President Trump himself. It's been a time of several significant and utterly avoidable failures, most tragically, of course, the unwillingness to respect facts and science and do everything that could be done to save lives during a pandemic. It has been a time where truth and fact were treated with disdain. It is a time of cruelty, where official inhumanity, such as child separation, became the official shameful policy of the United States. But now the Trump presidency is to an end, with so many squandered opportunities and ruined potential, but also an era of just plain meanness. It must be said, to paraphrase President Ford, for tens of millions of our fellow Americans, their long national nightmare is over. Anna.
Let's talk.
All right, boys. Oh,
Boy, CNN can dig some screws in the motherfucker if they want to, though. They make that hood.
They sure do. But you know what? I don't know if y'all seen that one video of the CNN analyst. It was a black guy with the goatee that he had a very, very like heartfelt statement. I believe it was a statement or something he was making about the campaign and, you know, Joe Biden, President-elect Joe Biden winning and all that kind of stuff, and how we could, you know, it was just a very, very heartfelt thing. And, you know, for him to be that emotional about it. Did you see that, Chris? You know what video I'm talking about? I can't remember his name.
Van Jones.
What's his name?
Van Jones.
Van Jones. That may be something that we, you know what I mean? I know, you know, we a little bit on the fly right now and kind of doing it impromptu. That might be something that we want to, you know what I'm saying, go to real quick and just listen to, you know what I'm saying, let the people that's listening to this, you know what I mean, hear what he had to say about it, because it was very, very heartfelt. And I ain't never seen a time in an election period where someone became this emotional about a person winning. I don't even remember when President Barack Obama was president, that I don't remember seeing people have this type of reaction and crying about it. Yeah, everybody was happy because, you know, the president was black and all the other kind of stuff or whatever. But, you know, the way that his emotion with it was a whole lot different. It felt a whole lot different.
No, Chuck. Everybody cried when no Bizzle came in. I remember I watched Jon Stewart. He got elected. He stopped what he was doing, said, guys, proud to say, we got our first black American president. He cried, and Jesse Jackson brought his own half and half ass back over and started crying. Everybody's crying out there. So,
hey, maybe I missed that, man. But for whatever reason, man, this man, what's his name? Matt Vaughn?
Von Jones.
Von Jones, whatever. Yeah, Von Jones. Like, I don't know. His you know, I don't know. It hit me a little different. That's all I'm gonna say.
About to play it now, OG.
All right.
Your thoughts? It's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're a Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. Indication for a lot of people who have really suffered. You know, the can't breathe. You know, that wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know. And you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you. And you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into the car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together.
And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. You know, I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. You know, it's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around. It comes back around. And this is a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day. But for a whole lot of people, it's a good day.
All right, OG. And what you think about that?
Yeah, that's powerful, man. Like Real said, bro. It's that did feel genuine, man. To tell you the truth, it's a lot of us kind of feel too, man, in some degree of the way. Bitch, you could be hard, try to act as hard as you can, say, hey, shit don't matter, this don't matter, whoop, whoop. But deep inside, though, there's some inkling that this matter. And the key word that he said, I like that morality is actually fucking valued again. That part. Yeah, like Trump, he get in there, he's a bully, he's a bulldog, he go in there, he fight all day, be what my grandma would say, he's coming that motherfucker proud and wrong, loud and wrong.
Hey, my mother used to say the same thing.
He stayed by his guns. No matter how wrong he is. And if
That's
you tell him that he wrong,
right there.
if you tell you wrong, he gonna go back and say, your son's a cokehead, fuck you. And keep on going with it. Now that's one good thing about that's the one good thing about the old DTs. Oh, that's one good thing about him. But at the end of the day, you gotta look like morality, man. That's not somebody you want to strive to. That's somebody you not want to emulate morally. You know what I'm saying? As far as the country, that kids gonna grow up, man. I don't grow up to be like Trump. How so? Your dad on crack, bitch. That ain't the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Yeah. But you know what though?
That's the main thing I got out of it.
But you know what though? Morality was one of the big things out of there. But I think the thing that resonated with me about it was the whole character piece, man. Like having character, that's something that definitely is driven from within and is driven from people who you look up to or that were influential in you in your upbringing, and those are the things that you develop, that you gather from them, and you instill them in yourself as rules to live by. And I think this is kind of one of those cases where, you know, they usually say good guys finish last.
Yeah.
Where, you know, this is one of those overview looks of this time the good guy finished first. You know what I mean? That's how a lot of people look at it. So, you know, with the character, you know, of how, you know, President Trump was and all the trolling and all that kind of stuff, you know, a lot of people like that. A lot of people, you know, like that he wasn't a true politician. He spoke his mind and did the things that he did and all that kind of stuff. But then you have somebody coming along that is not all the way perfect themselves, that has had some blemishes of, you know, upon their, you know, political tenure as well or whatever, but, you know, is able to, you know, meet the people halfway and provide some type of sense of normalcy or whatnot. And, you know, he ended up finishing, you know, so, you know, I think that this is truly one of them cases where, you know, the good guy actually finished first this time. Is for, you know, it's what a lot of people, you know, that I've talked to about this whole situation. I have, you know, a lot of friends that are Trump supporters. I have a lot of friends that are Biden supporters, you know, and, you know, we have had different conversations and stuff, and a lot of people have made valid points on both sides and things like that. But I think, you know, just the right that I don't even, and you can check the numbers, Chris, on this right here, fact check me or whatever, but I believe I heard that this was the biggest turnout of voting people eligible to vote came out for this election. When President Obama was president, there was a large, voting presence as far as numbers wise. But I believe this one was the biggest output of eligible voters that actually came out and voted. And just going back to your piece where Anthony was talking about, as far as your vote matters, your vote does matter, and that vote mattered in Georgia. That vote mattered in Texas. It mattered in Nevada. It mattered in Pennsylvania. It mattered in those places. Although, we went to sleep seeing Texas as one way. Well, I mean, we were awoke when Texas was one way, but then when we woke up, Texas was a different way. Somebody's vote mattered. So your vote definitely matters, and a lot of people have died and suffered for us to have that right to vote and stuff. But I think that this is just it's I still think it's an unstable time and unstable time in the country where we had all these Trump supporters going around doing all kind of stuff, doing all kind of bullshit to people, and damn just acting straight ass and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And I mean, they went from damn blocking doggone buses and running up. It was a lot of stuff that went on with them. And I tell you this, I ain't seen that one Trump post come through my timeline in 2 days. And before these results was given, I seen it all down my timeline. There was a couple of individuals that every day they was posting some stuff. I swear it was every 30 minutes they was running that shit down my damn timeline. It was something.
I'm with you, but we know what? We come back to that part of it at the end of the thing. I got some shit to say about that though. I do too. But big old Chris, what you got, Chuck?
I want to take this thing all the way back to 2008. So we compiled 2008 all the way to 2020. What's that? 12 years, right?
Something like that.
8 years of Obama. That's 4 years of Trump. Do you guys remember when Obama was elected? Like everybody was saying that the country is divided, and there was all this rigmarole on this side and that side, and there's a bunch of racist stuff going on. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That whole 8-year period, by comparison to these last 4 years, the country has probably been more divided in the past 4 years than it had the previous 8. You know what I mean? And
I can agree.
For me, it made me learn a lot more about other people. Even just the election itself made me learn a lot more about people, more than what I previously knew. We always talk about us as Black folks, you know what I'm saying? Black people are not monolithic, right? We don't all think the same. We don't all hold the same values. Obviously, you got, Black conservatives that are Trump supporters and this and that. And then you got those on the opposite side of the coin. Bro, when they started coming out with the numbers, and Roy, by the way, the number, what I saw on this site was 5 million. 5 million people came out to vote by comparison to like 4. And they set the record. And I'll give the statistic here in a second. But what I learned about this shit is, man, looking at the Hispanic community. Like you said, and you go to bed one morning, Texas is blue, or you go to bed one evening, Texas is blue. You wake up the next evening, Texas is red. That's no surprise. Texas has been a red state all of our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have been more surprised. I wouldn't have been too surprised if Texas turned blue, but I'd have been more surprised had it turned blue than I was, for it to turn red. But we learned something about it. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing. Florida has a heavy Hispanic population down there. And when the votes came back, majority of those Hispanic folks down there voted for Trump. And I'm like,
Ready.
yo, how are these people voting for Trump with all the shit that went on with their community, from
You got
being
to think
racist,
about this.
drug dealers? I'm about to get to that too, Aunt. But
Go
it's a
ahead.
point I want to make about this whole shit, this whole election shit. But then when they start tallying up the numbers on the West Coast in Arizona, where a lot of them Mexican Hispanics at, they all voted for, majority of them voted for Biden. So what I learned is Black folks ain't the only minority culture that's not monolithic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The
Right.
Hispanic community isn't monolithic neither. And
Neither are they. Neither. Let me add this. Neither are they the only the ones that matter. That black vote.
right,
People always talking about getting the black vote, the black vote, the black vote. This.
yeah,
It ain't just the black vote.
they weren't the only ones that matter. So
Right.
when you start speaking to people's needs and issues, you got to understand what everybody's specific needs and issues. Like, we from the South, right? Like, we have specific issues that's not going to be the same as a Black man's issues in the North. You know what I mean? I mean, they might be very similar with, police brutality, racial issues and things, but there might be some things going on in New York that really don't mean shit to me in Texas. You know what I mean? And vice versa. But what I think, to bring this back to my whole point is, with the whole election and shit, from 2016 up to now, I think the country has been more divided. And in that divisiveness, I think we've learned more about, or we should have learned more about each other, to where now with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in office, we can start doing the real fucking work and saying, all right, I know what y'all issue is. I'm gonna go to war for your issue, but I'm gonna need you to go to war for mine. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa, you know what I'm saying? I know what your issue is. I need you to go to war for my issue. I'm gonna go to war, and we gotta hold these people accountable. Like, the work ain't done yet. I mean, just because Biden in office don't mean the work done. We got, and then 2022, it's another election in 2022 to keep the House and the Senate. So
pay attention. And another thing too, what you were saying, I'm sorry to cut you off real quick, but partners, you talking about the Hispanic vote, by us not being in minorities. The thing with Florida, this is the key thing I gotta realize though. When it comes to Florida, being from the South, we a little privy, we deal with a whole lot of our brothers, essays from down on the border. However, some sad way, we're kind of the same way too sometimes, But you gotta think, Florida, Miami, not Mexicans,
no,
Cubans.
Yeah.
And them Cubans, they are some of the biggest red supporters out there. They are. They coming out from under Castro. Well, their parents was coming from under Castro or whatnot. Hell, some of them still came from Castro. They come over here, and there was a certain type of bill that, matter of fact, before Obama left, he put a stop to it. Does that, it used to be legal for the Cubans who come over here, as long as you don't come over here and get in trouble for a year, I want to say, or a certain amount of time, you become a citizen automatically. You don't have to do no foreign, no other exams, no other paperwork for it. So that's why a lot of them Cubans vote Republicans.
And see, that's another point that I wanted to make. And like, for us to come together and bring that unity together and understand that, like you said, the Mexicans down, the Hispanic folks down in Florida are they're not the same Hispanic folks as the ones in Texas and out west. And we got to understand, when they lump us, like, I noticed when the report, dude called Kamala Harris a woman of color. Like, man, she a Black woman, man. Just give her fucking stripes. You know what I mean? But let me make this point real quick, Roy. Like Ant said, we gotta understand what the issues is, so we don't look at these different cultural groups all the same, because that's what the media do. The media say Latino this, Latino that, Black this, Black that. No, there's a fucking difference. them folks down there in Florida, they deal with a communist fucking government. So whenever they hear Democrats and liberals get to talking about social ideas, socialist, social security, welfare, and shit like that, that scares the fuck out of them people.
And the Republicans do not stop the rhetoric. They keep that pumping through.
Yeah. And,
Right.
And shit, maybe and now maybe y'all, and they have to adjust how they talk to those particular Latino folks, because the message that you sending out to the Latino folks out west, it ain't the same message that these folks over here need. So it's just,
Right. But I think that along with that, I think it's totally different being a Hispanic or Latino. I'm not sure which one is the right term to use at this moment, as far as a person coming from Mexico versus coming from Cuba.
Mexican Cuban, that's the right way to say
it.
You ain't offended nobody that way. Some people come from Mexico, some people come from Cuba. That's how it goes.
You see that? You see it, huh?
Got to be careful.
So,
I got you.
Yeah. So it's you talking like you said, you talking to two different people, two different backgrounds, two different struggles. You know what I'm saying? So but I think the piece that I wanted to trying to drop in here or whatnot is the racism part. So yeah, when President Obama was president, there was a lot of racist, white people coming out, people who disliked him or had a prejudice against, people of color, black people, whatever. Like they kind of came out, they said what they had to say. Excuse me. They said what they had to say, and it lasted for a little bit, and then it kind of died off, right? Mm-hmm. But in these last 4 years, it's been, and then when President Obama was president or whatnot, it was out there, but it was still kind of subliminal.
Right.
It wasn't up in your face. Well, these past 4 years, it's been in your face. It's been all up in your face. It's been just all out there in the open. It's not subliminal no more, which that brings a different level of oomph to the whole situation. So with President Biden, with the President-elect Biden winning, the projected winner or whatnot, it kind of puts us back in that frame of, me personally, and just my opinion, I don't believe racism is ever gonna go away. I think there's always gonna be some level of racism because people are taught racism by other people, and we got individuals in this world that continue to teach kids and to teach people that form of hatred for another person or whatever. So I don't think it's going to ever go away. But I think that with President Biden and the President-elect Biden and the VP Kamala Harris or whatnot, I think it's going to go back to being subliminal. I think it's going to be back to not being out there in the open and not being direct or whatnot. Like, shit, what was it? Just last week? Trump supporters was rolling through the hood.
Hey, hold on, OG. Hold on. We gonna talk about that.
We getting to that.
We gonna talk.
I guess I'm jumping the gun, man. I'm jumping the gun.
But I'm with you though. Like, no shit. Well, you know what I'm saying? If we do got some racist viewers out there, fuck you if you get offended now, they get shit now.
Somebody left a wild ass comment under one of our videos. And we're talking about Breonna Taylor. I don't know if y'all saw that shit.
Which one was it? Which comment was it?
Man, hold on. Keep going, and I'm gonna go look for it.
But
Real quick.
I think I think I know which one you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about, right? Go ahead, and I'm gonna look for it real quick.
But tell you the truth, like you said, man. Look, they had a subliminal, but then again, they had a black man in charge of them, so they kind of held their tongue, did shit more subliminal. And what they did do, start spreading these dumbass lies. He's gonna take our guns, which I do love guns, and them doing that lying shit brought bullet prices sky the fuck high like it still is. But and Trump brought them out. So that's therefore I want to know. I hope. Actually, I don't hope. I hope it actually all go away. But realistically, I think it ain't gonna be in our face no more unless they blow it out to a big powder keg. Now, with a white man being in the face, understand we got Kamala in there as the VP. So, you know, the VP kind of get the little in the back type of thing, you know, coming in and answer questions here and there. But I don't know how to. I don't know if they're gonna go back to the pussy ass subliminal side of it.
So this is from our last episode. We clipped it up. Clip 2: Officer and Breonna Taylor murder sues her boyfriend. A guy named Love My Dogs. This is what he says. The warrant was actually for her.
Lie.
It was in her name and her address.
That's what I thought she was gonna go into, bro.
Just pointing out the misinformation that is out there. This is far too much and too many people arguing about it. She wasn't an EMT anymore. She didn't.
Lie.
They didn't fire her, but gave her an option of quitting and not being able to be rehired because of a couple of things that happened. She was involved in a drug circle, but it did not. But it seems like she just held her money, her glove. What the fuck? This dude is fucking retarded. I'm sorry, we can't say that. Walker was also involved in dealing and admitted to having committed robberies beforehand. He had one set up to do before Breonna was killed. I'm not even gonna read the rest of this shit. But yeah. So yeah, we got some ridiculous folks out there.
So scary motherfuckers. Hey, put your real name up there. Don't be scared.
Yeah, man.
I swear, if I don't like somebody, I would tell you, like straight up, like Taco Bell. I don't fuck you. I don't like no Taco Bell at all.
Man, stop fucking
At
up.
all?
They might give us some ad money. I gotta be wallow with this motherfucker.
I don't need that fake meat shit. I don't need
it.
You
can be wallow. You can be wallow. You just make the chi-chi over there. You just make the chi-chi.
I do not need no taco swill around me. So fuck them. And you got my name.
He don't mean
so
it. Hey, Taco Bell.
If you don't like
Taco Bell, he don't mean it. Taco Bell, he don't mean it. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, whoever own y'all, he don't mean it. KFC, he don't mean it.
Hey, Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. The people make Sierra misses.
I fucks with the five layer burritos. I fucks with that breakfast shit. I fucks with
support.
Taco Bell.
At least say Taco Bueno, y'all support. Fuck Taco Bell. At least support Taco Bueno. God damn.
Man, I ain't seen a Taco Bueno since last time I was on Pleasant Run.
Hey man, whoever want to give us some ad revenue, we love y'all. We love y'all.
Except Taco Bell. I tell you what, Taco Bell, you cut the check just to them two suckers. I don't need that. Y'all keep that fake meat every day.
That's fine.
Hey, I am not selling my soul for that.
I heard y'all got y'all shit together, Taco Bell. We fucks with you around here from Debate from the Great State.
We definitely. Hey, I order that shit on DoorDash almost every weekend.
Hey, fellas. Y'all ready to move on?
So,
we gonna touch this Trump, this President-elect Biden issue one more again. Y'all ready to move on to the next deal?
I tell you what though, I would like to say I'd rather see Yeezy in the house.
Man.
Weezy, what you saying, huh?
Hold on, that ain't enough. Oh my goodness.
Eating Wheaties, drinking. Eating Wheaties, huh?
So listen, if y'all are not familiar, which I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar by now, Kanye West announced his candidacy for the 2020 presidential election.
Yeah, I thought he was lying.
Through his endorsement around Trump, and then all of a sudden he decided he was going to run independent. Yeezy ended up getting 60,000 votes, and then he dropped out of the race. But
why Wayne didn't endorse him?
You would think that.
That wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for old Kanye West. He was also brought up in the news again because the several employees that had worked on one of his latest albums were suing him for 20 mil because they claimed that they had not got paid for the work they contributed to the album. Fellas, what are your thoughts about this Kanye business?
You can't go in the office with that kind of goddamn baggage.
Republicans do.
That is true. They do.
I
document that workers.
I get you. Republicans be having baggage, but I don't think that they had no active suits going on when they're running. I just don't believe. I don't believe. I agree. I would go for them having some baggage and doing some bullshit and some fucked up shit, but this one right here. Nah, I don't see it.
He got to clean the slate. He got to clean the slate that Trump got.
He just might. He
just a goddamn fool hating on his meds. That's the only thing fuck easy up.
Look at his face.
Yeah, he off the meds right now.
Look at his face. You know what his face says?
What it say, OG? What his face say?
What Bill Duke say? You fucked up. You know you fucked up, don't you?
Yeah. You
know you done fucked up, right?
Now
that's what his face looked like.
Beer at 11:15. Hey, y'all ready for me to play this?
Go ahead and play the video, man. Kanye on bullshit, man.
Another edition of Hot Entertainment News, and thanks for joining us. So the word is that Kanye West is being sued by a Black-owned tech company that goes by the name of My Channel Incorporated. And they're suing him for breaching an agreement that they said they had in place and him failing to pay the company for its services. Now, My Channel says that they first started working with Kanye back around the spring of 2018 in an effort to increase his revenue for Yeezy, that's his clothing company. And My Channel says that Kanye got the company to work around the clock for him for 6 months straight, based on a series of business promises, including a future $10 million investment. And they estimate that they have put in approximately 10,000 man hours and even invested $7 million of their own money into that Yeezy project for Kanye West. And during that 6 months, again, based on the series of promises from Kanye West. However, they say after the 6 months, they say that it became completely clear that Kanye literally had no intention of following through on all of his promises and that he actually cut ties with them. They said that he literally cut all communication with them and kind of just old-fashioned ghosted them, but also claiming that he was sure to first slip all of their tech into his digital pocket that he used for his newly launched Sunday services. Now, My Channel also went on to say that they moved their headquarters both to Calabasas and Chicago to suit Mr. West's needs. And the company claims that he was only interested in My Channel so that he could leech their technology for his Sunday services. And they are now seeking over $20 million in damages. Let us know what you think in the comments. What are the chances this is a misunderstanding or that Kanye is really out here jacking people for their tech? Thanks for joining us for Hot Entertainment News. Don't forget to ring our
That's a strong word to use.
It sounds like Kanye.
Oh, yeah.
Kanye is pulling a Pastor Mason Bethel.
Bro.
It seems.
I have sinned.
a damn, what's his name? Creflo Dollar.
Yeah, that's his name.
Kearney Thomas. Y'all remember Kearney Thomas from BET?
Yeah.
Personal prayer package.
Man,
Lord help.
that's what.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm coming to this story. I was like, yeah, he screwed these people out this money. People with the choir folks.
That's what I
I
thought.
ain't know. I ain't know he was getting jacked up for this damn tech too.
Yeah, so I report.
Right.
You gotta pay some goddamn buddy.
Yeah.
But hey, he working like a real preacher, so shit.
That is true, man. That is true.
Got this building fund. We got all these lights out in this damn church. If I put $1,000 in building fund every
And church was outside, wasn't it?
it was a traveling church, I think, because he did
I thought
that
the
shit
church
at
was outside. Every time I seen the video, they was outside.
right. He did it with Osteen a couple of times. He did it at Coachella. It's a traveling church, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what building he went to where it looked like he was walking on water, riding that damn horse. That horse kicked him off his ass, but hey.
Hey, so to bring it all together, man. Yeezy back. Well, he didn't back out. He wasn't really a factor in the election.
So he conceded.
He said he gonna make another run in 2024.
So he's safe.
You know what?
And I wouldn't mind.
I can see him doing it. And I think that if he does run again, I think he'll have all his I's dotted and all his T's crossed next time. I think that this time it was more of a I feel like it was more of a spur of the moment type thing. Like, wasn't neither one of them good. So hell, I'm an influential person. Let me go ahead and run. So, he just kind of jumped out there. He got his little votes or whatnot, realized he wasn't a major factor and conceded whatever, right? But I think next time when he come, because this thing, when Kanye is when he has the right mind frame and he's approaching things the way he needs to approach, he is a genius when it comes to a lot of different things. His thought process and his views on things, they're not always mainstream. And which, a lot of politicians that we run across and things like that, they pretty much have this mainstream view of things or whatever. And I think that that's what a lot of people liked about President Trump, is that he wasn't a straight politician. He did have his own thoughts and views on different things. And Kanye brings that. And the fact that Kanye is kind of he's on another level.
Right.
But that's the kind of shit that people like.
Yeah, and I don't want to cut you off, but I want to challenge you there for a second with that one, man.
Uh-huh.
Haven't we already seen? We just seen what that looks like.
We seen when. Listen. Hold on.
I got 2 points to make. With that.
Go ahead.
So my first one was, we already seen what that looks like, right? The man don't know shit about politics. And I'll give you this. In the world of entertainment, yes, he is a genius. He's groundbreaking. You know what I mean? In the world of fashion, he is a genius. He is groundbreaking. But we're talking about places that Kanye is well versed in. We're talking about places that Kanye is experienced in. Kanye is not experienced in diplomacy. He's not versed in diplomacy. He's not versed in politics. Obviously, he don't know how to pay people that was working for him, so he's not versed in economics and finance. You know what I'm saying? This is not the type of person that I want in charge of my country. Now, my second part of where I want to challenge you with that is, if Kanye really gives a fuck about people, if he really gives a fuck about getting involved in the civic lives of people and changing people's lives with policy, Kanye has one of the most troubled cities in America, with Chicago, with all these youngsters killing each other, all this drug, all the corruption that's in fucking politics. If he really want to help something, he should start small and go back home. use his money, use his influence, run for some kind of public seat in Chicago. I don't give a fuck if it's a city councilman. You know, he can be John Wiley Price of Chicago. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? City councilman, mayor, shit. If you want to go for governor, state of Illinois, whatever, man. But start small. Like, it's not even like he's trying to learn the game of politics and how that game runs so he can help people. I don't take Kanye serious, and I think that he's a huge distraction from people otherwise that would look at politics and say, I really need to learn the real shit about politics.
I got you that, Chris, but I'm gonna say one thing about it though, if you don't mind here. As far as him starting small and whatnot, that is something we discussed last week about Ice Cube with his little policy plan, right? But that's one thing, but you can't put the whole thing in him of straightening up Chicago what it is. Hell, Obama made it to the big house. He started out small, no shit legit on through. You can't put all Chicago on the man back.
Hyde Park.
And hey, listen, bro.
Hyde Park.
Let me get it straight. I don't mean when I say start out with Chicago, what I'm saying is nobody that goes in Chicago, I don't care what position you plan on taking, is gonna fix Chicago's problems overnight. But if you really care about people, and if you really want to learn the game of politics and managing communities, managing population, managing community projects, start with the place that you know. Start with the place that you come from.
I'm telling start off, go to like a small town, like Dave Chappelle did. Start look, taking a bite out of Chicago ass. That's a big cookie to bite.
Hold on. So what you telling me is Kanye need to go. He should go back to Chicago, and we're not saying he gonna run. We just saying we talking about him running, right? Not saying he's gonna win if he's gonna become president. Just him running, right? So what you're telling me is you feel like he should go back to Chicago, try to run for some particular office or whatnot, and start there small, right?
Yeah.
We just had a president with a 4-year election that didn't do that.
That part there.
That just jumped straight off the porch and went there. So why would he have to? Why does he have to start there?
That's my whole point, Roy. We just had a president that jumped off the porch, and he had way more of a chance because of his influence and the money that he had than what Kanye has. So I'm not saying that Kanye shouldn't dream to go that big. He can do whatever the fuck he want to do. But what I'm saying is, do you really, all right, let's say Kanye jumps off the porch, runs for president again 2024, and he wins. Do you really think we gonna get a Kanye's gonna really manage? Kanye doesn't know shit about fucking foreign policy, Roy. Do you think he's gonna know how to deal with the Palestinians and the fucking Israelis? What
I do think he would do, I do think that he would value the opinions and the advisors and people around him.
He don't value. Not
to do the dumb shit or whatever.
What? Kanye does not value the opinions of the motherfuckers that are around him now.
He do to a degree. It like Roy said earlier. It depends on what day you catch him on.
I think he do. I think he do more. I think he more values them more than what the current president has.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll be more because one thing about it is you talking about two different people from two different humble beginnings, right?
Let's get it clear.
Two different
beginnings. Trump didn't come from no humble beginnings.
I got you. All right, I got you. We talking about two people from, two different beginnings. Some might call them humble, some might not, or whatever the case is. or whatnot. We're talking about two different people, two different bringings, two different humble beginnings, two different upbringings, two different experiences in life. One was kind of given something on a silver spoon, and the other one kind of had to get it out the mud. So as far as connecting more to the people, with the wealthy being such a small percent of the whole nation and all that kind of stuff, and you know what I mean, the current president being already coming in the game in that bracket, you know, I really think that if he was to run, I think that he would, like I said earlier, he would have his I's dotted and his T's crossed. I think that a lot of the stuff and a lot of his antics and a lot of the things that he has done in the past on social media and a lot of the rants, and because some of his rants, although they were rants and some of them were off the wall or whatever, they did have some type of validness to them. He just delivered it in the wrong way. You know what I mean?
There's always truth. There's always people, when people get to speaking truth, it sounds good on the surface, but there's always a teaspoon of bullshit sprinkled in there. So when we first started talking about the Kanye pissing on the Grammys thing, you remember when we talked about that a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
All right. The part of that we did not talk about was that Big Sean was signed to Kanye under that Good Music, and he had a fucked up contract where he wasn't getting paid all of his royalties. Mm-hmm. All he was getting was show money. He wasn't getting royalty money. He wasn't getting none of that extra money he was supposed to be getting, the publishing and all that. And Kanye was supposed to be, and he signed to Kanye West. So Kanye West is sitting here talking about fighting for all these artists to properly get compensated for their work with these bullshit ass contracts. Meanwhile, you have people signed under your label that are not getting properly compensated under a bullshit ass contract. You the boss. How are you gonna go out here and tell people you need to do this, this, and that for all these people that's working, and you got employees working for you, and you fucking them over? Bro, we just watched the video where Kanye has just fucked a whole company over for $20 million. This man goes on fucking Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and he's talking cold cash shit, how he's the richest rapper in the game right now, worth $100 billion. Allegedly, whatever. But you talking all this shit, you can't pay these people $20 million? That's who you want running the fucking country? If that don't sound like some Trump ass shit, I don't know what does. Now I'll give you this. If we did have a Trump, excuse me, if somewhere in the parallel universe we did have a Kanye for president, I think the racist rhetoric and all this crazy shit wouldn't be as crazy as it is now. But I'm not confident that we will be in any better of a place as a country to be taken serious than we were.
I got you.
At least Kanye, he probably can't pay these people $20 million. That's $20 million. But he can pay $750. I tell you that shit. He'll pay $750 every goddamn year.
Man,
to the government.
He robbed the congregation. He done robbed the congregation. Nigga done made $20 million off the church, and they put a goddamn doorknob on the fucking church door.
Who had?
But like I said in the beginning, I feel like he will run in 2024, and when he comes in 2024, I think he will come more correct. And he will come more with his shit together. Now, will he win? I don't know. I think it'll still be kind of a long shot. Because Kanye's the type of person that he does not like to fail. He wants to give himself the best chance and the best opportunity. So that's why I say when he comes in 2024, I believe he's going to try it again. I really do. I don't think he's gonna try to go do some shit in Chicago and you know, to get his feet wet and kind of really understand legislation and all that kind of stuff. I mean, hell, that's what you got advisors for. They tell you everything you need to know.
But
Now, whether or not you abide by it and all that
hurt.
kind of stuff, then that's on you. But you got people in
If
place
that's
that tell you that what you need to know and all the other kind of stuff. I mean, that's basically what happened over these last 4 years. So I believe that he will come in 2024, and I think that he's gonna come in what his form of coming correct is, because he does not like to fail. He does not. He was gonna want to give himself the best opportunity. He wants to come correct. This year was kind of like off a humbug.
Man,
it was kind of like off a humbug a little bit. You know what I mean?
See if he
but
can do.
He got 4 years. He got 3.5 years to start getting everything rolling, getting all this shit together, getting all of whatever together. You know what I'm saying? To be able to come correct. Like I said, will he win? I don't know.
Look, man,
but I can see what I can see where you're going. We talking about Trump on one end of the spectrum, Kanye on the other end of the spectrum.
My thing.
I feel you.
You gotta know.
I feel you on that.
You gotta know what you're talking. You don't have to be an SME on it, but you have to understand it well enough to know when a motherfucker's bullshitting you. So I can't sit here and say I agree that he don't have to know and just run for president, because again, we'll be in the same fucking situation.
But anybody can run for president.
Huh?
That's a fact.
Anybody can run for president.
Yeah, no. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't, and I'm not saying that he can't. What I'm saying is I can't take Kanye unless Kanye gets out there and shows that he's getting involved in civics and politics. Like, put it like this. Stacey Abrams pretty much set out 2020. She could have ran for any office in 2020 and probably would have won. She set out all of 2018 to 2020 just to put the legwork in to get people registered to vote, to educate people on voting and their rights about voting and shit like that. She got involved in civics. You see what I'm saying? She didn't run for no public office. If Kanye want to show me that he's serious about really doing something for the country and running for public office, get involved. Get involved in the civics. Get involved with the community. I don't want no more Kanye albums. I don't want no more Yeezys. I want to look up in the news and see Kanye done registered all these people over here to vote. I want to look up in the news and I want to hear Kanye when the state of Florida is saying, okay, we're going to allow all these convicts to vote. But then the legislation says, well, before we allow these convicts, these new released convicts to vote, they got to pay off their fine. I want to see Kanye get with all his millionaire buddies in entertainment and say, let's put up some money to pay these people fines off so they can go vote. I want to see Kanye put in the fucking legwork before he put his hat in the race to run for anything. I'm just saying, man, like, show me that you know something, that you learning something, that you trying to do something. Don't just say I'm running, because then you just sound like Trump to me. You just doing it because you want to do it.
I feel with that, Chris, and I agree with you. Like, see some effort. Now, Grand Battle, Stacey Abrams, that's what she do. She's in politics. That's what she does. So that's, Kanye, as you said, he got different fucking means of different avenues of money coming in that he's balancing out. So he probably can't put his full attention to do that. It would be a good idea if he had the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Due to all the shit he up to now, it would be a good idea. I wouldn't mind seeing him having some practice in it, or going out there advocating, like, like your TIs, like your mics and all that shit. Yeah. I'm with that. I'm glad to see that, and that would help his cause. Now, like Roy said, if we take it serious, I don't see why he can't not run again. Now, granted, he did not just say this shit like he ain't woke up yesterday talking about, hey, I'm running for president. This motherfucker said that shit before Obama got reelected. He wasn't bullshitting. He said it. Well, everybody thought he was bullshitting, but nah, that motherfucker then 2020 started coming up. Like, yo, he ain't bullshitting. But then again, he started talking that dumb shit, sitting there, hey, Trump, you're my dad, man. I'm like, your daddy alive, fool. Don't be doing no goofy shit like that. And all this other dumb rhetoric. sideball stuff and all the shit he went through would not really fucked his chances away and my confidence in him as well too, as far as leading the presidency.
All right.
But if I didn't want to know how to run a business,
yeah, I go to Kanye.
I holler. If I know how to run some beats, if he even still do beats, I holler. Matter of fact, if he find a way to get his ass out that contract that he in right now that he fighting to get out of, if he find a way to get out that bitch early, he got my vote in 24.
I just want.
What is going to take? What is going to take for Kanye to get y'all vote 2024?
What I just said, get his ass up out that damn thing and stop. Well, put it like this: keep the rents to a minimum.
What?
have somebody screen your rents.
Well,
at least Trump shut the fuck up until he got in the White House. When Trump got the White House, on his Twitter went hell.
I do agree. I do agree with Ann on this one. Like your rents and all that kind of stuff. Like you gotta kind of keep that shit to a minimum until at least you get in that motherfucker. Then when you get in that motherfucker, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. But at least you gotta calm that shit down until you get in there. And for me, I think just the seriousness of it, we never made it to a point of him ever having like a town hall or anything like that. So just to know kind of how he speaks about different subjects and different things like that encompasses this country and stuff, like that type of stuff right there, I think I would have to see. I do think that if he was to get in office, we talking about somebody that is true black, not mixed, or you know what I'm saying, somebody that's truly black or whatever. Now I know, President Obama was black, and Mariah Carey black and all the other kind of shit, but we talking about somebody that's black. You know what I'm saying? Mama and daddy black. So, I think that if he was to get in office, I think that it would be imperative for him to have some type of plan for black people. You know what I mean? And just thinking about this now, if say Ice Cube ain't come out with this quote unquote platinum plan and he held on to it until Kanye got the running in 2024, what type of attention could he have gathered, and could he have, votes and stuff he could have got from, the black community and whatnot with that. So, and I think that with the people that he got in place, that he's involved with, and the different people that he looks up to and things like that, I definitely think that he probably got some good some good people in his ear. But I think I would just like to see Kim K as vice president. I mean, as the fucking first lady. Like,
she is tougher than Ivana right now. I tell you that much.
I think
she ain't no Michelle though. But
she ain't no Michelle. She ain't no Michelle. But I'm all right with it. I'm definitely all right with it.
I'll say this, and I think this probably should be another conversation, because I don't know if y'all are familiar. Diddy did an interview with Charlamagne the God where he was talking about setting up an all black political party.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all heard about that, but that's probably something we need to keep on our radar, and then like this is definitely a conversation we should revisit and figure out what's going on with these entertainers and what's going on with the black community. It'll be interesting to see how the Trump, we got a new president now, the Biden-Harris, how they policies shape up and what they look like for Black America and everything. But I want to keep this thing rolling on. Roy. Chi-Town King. Northside Boss.
That's the boss.
Outside Boss, baby.
Northside Boss.
Riverdale.
Time up in the shot for a while, and I spent a few months up there with him. I got accustomed to.
On the hustle.
He put me on game. He put me on game about the Chi-Town culture and the hip hop and all the little dudes that was running around there. And you know they call Chi-Town Chirac. And recently, due to unfortunate circumstances, one of the local Chirac goons fell this weekend to some gun violence down in Atlanta. Are you guys familiar with this?
Most definitely. Hey, shout out to the folk. I ain't gonna say his name, but you know who he is.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
You might not want to say it, but I'm gonna say it because he the boss. He run the south side of Chicago.
Hey, but
Arnie.
Before you say it, that ain't the name of the spot no more.
Hey, they can change the name of the spot. They can change the name of the spot, but Arnie gonna always run that joint. Old ass white dude with a cowboy hat on in the middle of the south side of Chicago on four corners on the side. And I'm not bullshitting. He owns four. Right? Am I bullshitting?
Hey, I ain't gonna doubt you.
Arnie had a strip club.
At the club, he had the Polar Sausage spot. Where he had the gas station.
And that liquor store behind it.
Yeah, liquor store behind it, man.
Hey, Arnie was
running Chi-Town.
He's forever immortalized.
Sleazeball.
Never know that picture until you pointed it out to me too.
Oh, you want to look at it again? Hey, that's the first thing I noticed when I walked.
Never noticed that picture, bro. I never noticed that picture.
We're in the hoodest of clubs, man. In the middle of the South Side. Nothing but black folks all through this motherfucker, right? I go in behind Roy. Roy, he comfortable around here because he done been there for about a year or two. I just sit there and I'm thinking to myself, man, I like Chicago, but nigga, I do know I'm in the South Side, so I'm watching my surroundings. I'm looking at dudes behind me and shit.
Make sure you ain't got no Frank Gallagher in your pocket.
Yeah. Make sure I ain't got Frank Gallagher pulling one on me, right? So I look over to my right, and I see this big ass fucking paint. It's a portrait, and it's a painting. Now, this is a hood ass club. This is like Crybabies level, a People Times level.
Oh,
so I'm in here, and I see this portrait, and you'll never believe it. It's this old ass white dude, like an oil paint. It was an oil paint of the white dude, old ass white dude with a cowboy hat on and a blazer like this. And it had a big ass caption on it said Arnie's. And Arnie owned that motherfucker. Yes. And he owned all corners of the look, he had the strip club over here with the liquor store behind it. And then he owned the parking lot with the Polish sausage stand across the street. And then across the road on the other corner, he owned the gas station. And what was the other shit that was on the other side, right? He owned
liquor store. It was a liquor store.
There's a liquor store over there too. Hey man, Arnie's the king of the South Side.
That's Frank Gallagher's cousin. Matter of fact, that bar he got is called the Alibi, ain't it?
The Alibi, the Alibi.
It was good times there, boy. You took me back, man. That was some good times.
It was a good time, man. I ain't gonna tell no lie.
That summertime sky.
Remember, we left Arnie's and we went to King of Diamonds. You know, King of Diamonds is the franchise joint. You remember that, right? We went to King of Diamonds and we was in that motherfucker for about 3 or 4 minutes, and we was like, man, this shit is trash, man. Let's go back to Arnie's.
Yeah, I remember.
Ass back to Arnie's.
Hey, you know what it say though. The brand name Scrippies, they can't match the local. Nah. Hey, nothing can touch the HK.
Nah, I think
nothing can touch the
Chocolate Factory.
Chocolate Factory.
I think that's what we tried to go to, Chocolate Factory, not King of Diamonds. Oh, you know what? We did try to go to King of Diamonds. We did try to go to King of Diamonds, and then we went by Chocolate Factory, but Chocolate Factory was shut down or closed or whatever, and we ended up back to I remember that.
Hey. Arnie's was lit, man.
I say the hole in the walls is the best things ever.
That was some good times. Hey, that was some good times, man.
Yes, sir, it was. But hey, unfortunately, another Chirac youngster goes down at the hands of gun violence. Ray, you got any thoughts on this before we cue the video up?
It was definitely unfortunate, and third present, excuse me, present. Thoughts go out to the family and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, he was only 26 years old. You know what I mean? So I mean, in some people's eyes, in some parents' eyes, still a baby. You know what I mean? Not calling him a baby, but still a baby in some parents' eyes or whatnot. But nonetheless, he was still very much young. Uh, I think about my little brother, and although my little brother is in his 30s, he's still my little brother. So thinking of him being younger than that, you know what I mean? Like it's just crazy, and it just goes to show that you know I'm a karma is a motherfucker, and the it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. We gotta really watch the things that we do and the energy that we bring and the energy that we keep around us. It's just, it definitely is sad though. But go ahead and play that video, man.
Up to some horrific news on Friday, November 6th, when it was reported rising Chicago rapper King Von had been critically injured during a fatal Atlanta shootout. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reported 2 people had been killed. Another person, believed to be King Von at the time, was in critical condition and 2 others were stable. Shortly after, King Von's producer, Chop Squad DJ, confirmed the 26-year-old rapper had succumbed to his injuries. Now, King Von's team at Empire and Audible Treats have issued a statement surrounding his death. We are devastated by the untimely passing of King Von. The statement begins, he was a loving father, dedicated member of his community, and an amazing talent that just started to scratch the surface of his boundless potential. Von overcame incredibly challenging circumstances as a young man, but never lost sight of what it meant to give back and uplift his community. O-Block. The statement continues, we are fortunate to have witnessed his growth and evolution, but know he has so much more to give to the world. The Empire family offers our condolences to his family, friends, team, and fans during this very difficult time. As noted in the press release, King Von had just released his latest album, Welcome to O-Block, on October 30th, giving listeners a chance to seek into his vivid storytelling and tales of perseverance. King Von was a luminary, a natural storyteller, an artist on the verge of superstardom who has so much more to give the world. Press release says, he overcame myriad unjust circumstances, yet remained steadfastly dedicated to giving back to the community that raised him, O-Block. He was a devoted father, a deeply loyal friend, and a man who took care of his people before himself. We are heartbroken for his family, his friends, his team, and his fans. Long live King Von. But what do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date on our new videos. And as always, make sure to keep it all the way locked to hiphopdx.com.
All right. So they
There
didn't
we go.
details about what happened, but
Yeah.
what you think, OG?
Man, what is there not to say, bro? It's a damn shame, bro. That you went down like this. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I just recently got into Von. I think my boy Adam, I'll be doing my drinking thing with. He put me on him by like a month ago. So I'm like, all right. Then I start looking at all the videos. I'm like, yo, these little motherfuckers like really wild and wild. like, like they shoot the videos. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers real live out here getting it in video. Why nobody going to jail right now after this shit released? But they were doing that thing. He was getting out of it at the what's that? The gun gang, the gang.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was deep in the game's life, whatnot, and transpired to his music. I ain't gonna lie, he had some good music, had some good shit to thump and all, but man, young folks, y'all gotta start. We all gotta like wake up, bro. And funny thing about it, I hate when motherfucker call me school when I'm out there go try to play some basketball or some shit or playing football, but hell, we are actually becoming the old heads right now, man. And when you get a chance to talk to a young dude, a youngster, whatnot, man, yeah, we got to try to see what we can do to stop these dudes from destroying themselves for reckless shit. I understand it's bigger than them, bigger than us, bigger than quite a bit, but nothing's bigger than God, man. So try to teach them youngins, man, like put God in their life or some kind of form of religion in them, or something to believe in other than shooting and killing each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my heart is out to the families, to the other victims or whatnot, and all the people affected and involved in the whole movement of on black crime. We just got finished talking about how black people coming up and not getting looked at or getting treated funny or have to fight racism and all this goofy shit behind the office. Man, when we at home, we got to stop doing this shit to ourselves when we at home or in our neighborhoods. We got to cut. It ain't worth it. Shit ain't worth it. Ain't no life is too precious just to throw it away off a fuck of a color or a funky few ass dollars. You know what I'm saying? Straight talk down. I ain't gonna lie. If somebody tell me they're gonna steal $1 million, oh, I want to hurt somebody, but at the end of the day, everybody's still breathing, and there's other avenues to solve that issue other than straight violence. You know what I'm saying
Yeah.
that's what I got on that with King Von, man. Lord rest his soul.
What you got, Roy?
Yeah, man. It's definitely you know what I mean, it's being, you know, living in Chicago before, you know, for a good amount of time and, you know, kind of getting involved in the whole Chicago drill culture and all that kind of stuff, you know, I had been listening to him for quite a while. And one thing about it, you know, I can say that, you know, he was trying to move in the right direction. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, kind of getting life back on track and, you know what I mean, quitting all the, you know, the BS that came with that culture or whatnot. And like the thing said, you know what I mean, he was a loving father and you know, he took care of his kids and was involved in his community and things like that. And, you know, that's kind of what, you know, for a person of his age and you know, that done the things that he did and be involved with his family the way he is, you know, I mean, it's a lot of other people out here that's not that involved with their kids, with their family, and even with their community. So he was definitely, you know, making moves and strides in the right direction or whatnot. But you know what I think, and what I think, you know, kind of caught up with him was those things that has happened in the past and just the persona that he kind of lived under. You know, there was almost a thing I think DJ Academics was talking about where, you know, every time King Von mentioned somebody, they ended up dead on
Yeah,
Twitter or whatever, you know what I mean? So he kind of had this larger than life type persona, you know what I mean? And not a lot of times people that got those type of personas, you know, they end up getting tested by somebody or they end up getting, you know, getting checked by somebody or whatever, you know what I mean? And although he wasn't shot at home, you know what I mean, he wasn't killed at home. He was killed in the city of Atlanta. Well, we know, you know, it's definitely people out there that are
got some shit to
definitely
say.
definitely got some shit to say and that you know, check your temperature on stuff or whatever. And you know, I watched the video, the surveillance video of it. I watched it twice. Kind of hard to make out, at least the one that I watched or whatnot. What actually happened? I think I know which person he was in the video and all that kind of stuff. But it's really just unfortunate. And this goes to show that, you know, the energy that you keep around or the energy that you portray, like that kind of stuff catches up with you eventually. You know, karma is a motherfucker. So if you're out there doing bad, robbing, killing, stealing, doing all kind of shit like that or whatever, it's gonna come back one way or the other. And man, and it might come back to you, or it might come back to somebody that you love. You know what I mean? And all that gang banging, all that kind of bullshit or whatever, like niggas, motherfuckers that gang bang now ain't even gang banging for the right reasons. That the shit was even started in the first place. You know what I mean? People be set tripping out colors and blocks and all that kind of shit when that wasn't even the reason why the shit was started in the first place. You know, it was started to protect the community, not to be tripping off of colors and blocks and all that other kind of bullshit or whatever. You know what I mean? So, you know, it just kind of, you know, like Aaron said, man, like, you know, love conquers all. You gotta, you know, believe in, you know, some type of, you know, a higher authority, whether or not, you know, whatever it is that you believe in, you gotta believe in a higher purpose or something like that. And you gotta, you know, keep whoever you consider God, you know what I mean, you gotta keep them in the front and keep them front foremost in the things that you do. And that stuff just always come back. You know, what you do in the light, I mean, what you do in the dark always comes to light. It always seems to manifest itself in some type of way. So, you know, and you know, you get what you know, what you put out. So, you know, it's and thoughts and prayer go out to the other people that died or the other people that were injured and shot in the whole incident, not just King Von or whatnot. You know, I don't want to show no disrespect to those other people that were involved in it or whatnot too. So, you know, I just, you know, that this one here kind of hit a little different because a lot of people in Chicago that's in that whole drill scene and, you know, it's big gangsters and all that kind of stuff, they usually die in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Just like I want to say, well, what was his name? FG.
FBG Duck.
Yeah, FBG Duck died in Chicago. You know what I mean? But he wasn't even in Chicago. He was somewhere else. You know, so you know things that you do in the dark, you know, they always come to light and they always seem to come back on you. So you know, just got to be mindful of the stuff that you do and just make sure you bring in the right energy. But definitely, I think that he was gone too soon. He definitely was a good storyteller in his rhymes and in his raps and things like that. Um, we just gotta try to stop this systematic and this generational thing of killing each other. It got to come to an end at some point in time. I don't know what it's gonna take to make us understand and for everybody to come together and realize what's happening. But you know, I don't know.
I got a question for you, Roy, if you don't mind, just for a second. Also, with this situation, like you said, I forgot about the part that you know he died in Atlanta and whatnot. Now, with that being said, you know, on top of saying, you know, hey, everybody, you know, got to respect each other, love each other. You think the rules of when you go into somewhere different, respect the culture that you are into, plays a factor into that?
Yep.
I understand that he's King Von and they'll say he big in Chicago. He may not be big anywhere else. Well, not that many people, you know what I'm saying? I've barely heard of him until, unfortunately, like I say, a month and a half before he ended up come to a demise, though. But I remember growing up, no, I've been traveling before we had this wonderful job of ours. So I go to Louisiana. I'm respectful in Louisiana because I know people out there a little router. I've been out to fucking Atlanta before it became type of Atlanta is now. Like Atlanta. I got that. I learned to respect people over there. Same with New York. And I have seen things go different. I have some people, a lot of them Yankee guys, you know what I'm saying? Come on down south and think everything all cute and sweet. You think on the area, hey, yo, shorty, your way through all this shit. Nah, it gets people ain't slow down in the south, so that may have been granted I ain't gonna not using that as being no reason to take another life. However, though, there is something to be said about that part too, I would say. Show up somewhere new.
Gotta respect the code.
Because yeah, respect people, you know.
Yeah.
I think some of it is now. Go ahead, Roy.
I was gonna say that I think because of who he is and what he's been in Chicago, I just don't see him. Kind of as I just don't see him lacking like that anywhere. I think that in this situation, I think that somebody probably, you know, realized who he was and maybe had some type of ties to something or whatever, and saw opportunity,
To tighten up.
to do something or to, be somebody or whatever. And I think that, that may have took advantage of that situation. But, just being from the hood and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you don't back down from situations. You don't show no weakness. You know what I mean? And
I'm not saying back down by any means, but
yeah,
I'm saying don't come down that jaw jacket.
You know what, man? I'll say this much. I think Ant hit the nail on the head. We are entering into that era where we are becoming the elder statesmen. We are becoming the OGs. You know what I mean? And whether
most definitely.
whether you a dude that's from the streets and then got your head together, or you a dude that, you know what I'm saying, avoided that street shit and got your life together and avoided jail and other street confrontation, and you managed to make it as far as we made it, we have to step up and assume that OG role properly, because I think what happened, and I think this happened with us, there's a lot of people from our generation when we were young and we had musical stars that was coming out, those underground folks that was getting caught up in street shit. And then we had homies that was getting caught up in street shit, classmates that we knew that had got caught up in street shit. And I don't ever really recall too many people, just pulling me to the side and coaching me, with just little conversations that I done had, and I know for sure that a lot of the youngsters that we done seen fall from our peer group, our age group, probably didn't have a whole lot of that neither. But thinking about what Ant said, we have now grown into that position to where we are the elder statesmen, we're the OGs. And we have to take the time and let these little dudes know, hey man, this shit ain't cool. Roy, you brought up an example of FBG Duck, man. Like when he got murdered, and I'm not familiar with these guys' music. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I never listened to King Von. If I had, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. I'm pretty sure he coming with it, but I just hadn't. He wasn't on my radar. But the same with FBG Duck, he wasn't on my radar neither. I just so happened to see that big time Chicago rapper that just got a deal gets murdered in Chicago in broad daylight. So the first thing I do, I go check his music out, man. And so what I found on YouTube, pretty much the last song that he recorded was a song called Dead Bitches. And when you listen to the song, the title is self-explanatory. The dude is rapping about dead gang members that's his enemy. Like his enemies, dead homies. Like the dude is dissing these dudes after they dead. And it says a lot about what you were saying, Roy. Like you can't bring that type of energy on yourself and expect to be able to move around. And I don't care where you at. I don't if you in fucking you leave Chicago and you talking about motherfuckers from Chicago. Don't think you coming down to Atlanta, or you going to Texas or California or whatever, and think it's all sweet, because these youngsters, they move around these days. These youngsters, they travel. And it's not just moving around and traveling. The gang shit, like you said, Roy, goes further than the people do. Because you got GDs in Atlanta. You got Bloods in Atlanta. You got Crips in Atlanta. You got Folk Nation in Atlanta. You got Vice Lords and Latin Kings in Atlanta. All the shit that you got coming out of California and Illinois, you got that everywhere in the country. And if you putting that type of energy out in your music, they don't necessarily have to be the exact people or the exact gang. You can have some folks that's loosely affiliated with GD or whatever, a Black Disciple, whatever these kids is from, you know what I'm saying? And they talking crazy on their records. And a young dude in Atlanta, like you say, Roy, every time, and these vloggers and bloggers, they exacerbate it, man. They keep talking about it and hyping up the beef. So these kids down here that don't have nothing to do with whatever beef going on back in Chicago, just because the kid, every time he diss somebody, they die in Chicago and they from the rival gang. That gang done made it all the way down here. And there's some folks that's native from Atlanta that's a part of that gang. Like you said, I'm gonna check this dude temperature. I want to test this dude gangster. And bring it back, we as the elder statesmen, OGs, have to sit down and say, this shit is not cool. This music, the music sound good and shit, you know, but the shit whack as hell, man. You talking about smoking on a dead dude as a pack? You talking about rolling up on the ops and murdering these people? Like, it's all good when somebody's talking about you was a great father, you was a great husband, you was a great family man, you was making the transition. But when I go listen to your last record, I don't hear or see none of that shit. I see the same ignorant nigga that was in the projects. So we as elder statesmen, we gotta call this shit out. We gotta tell these kids that this shit is whack. If you rapping about dissing and murdering and all that shit, and you got millions, you out the hood, you still doing that shit, it's whack. Your music is trash. It's garbage. It's poo cheese, as they used to say back in the Gap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was just gonna wrap it up by saying, man, I'm doing my part right here, right now, as an elder statesman OG that like that music, that like that culture, and I'm telling them, I can rock with you, but once you get that deal and you get out the hood, you still making that kind of music, I don't rock with you no more. Your music is trash at that point to me. Your whole get down is trash at that point to me. It's time to big boy and level up, man. It's time to try to figure out how to piece it up with the rival gangs. And that's just my two piece on it.
Hey.
Man, I'm good with it. Would you say that, bro? In the last 3 minutes of
it. Man, I just I don't know, bro. I think that's one of the reasons why I love coaching Little League football, man. I love coaching Little League football. And I think the reason why I love coaching Little League football is because of the impact that you have on those kids directly. I can't tell you the amounts of times that, you know, a teacher has called me from, you know, school saying that, you know, so-and-so was doing this and that or whatever, and let me know, because I was that much of an influence on that child and on that child's parent, where they felt, and a lot of the kids was missing, you know, fathers or whatnot, you know what I mean, in the home or whatnot. So, you know, with me being that influential person as that coach, that football coach, like a lot of them was for us playing football and playing sports and stuff or whatnot, you know, that's a person that you kind of looked up to, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's really one of the reasons why I like doing that, you know, and because of the impact that I had on the community, the impact that I had on that child directly, the involvement that I had, that able to navigate and steer that that young mind to making the right decision and doing the things that they needed to do the right way. You know what I mean? And I think that it's it's definitely unfortunate or whatnot, and that that energy that you bring, like that stuff is real. You know what I mean? The energy and the things the company that you keep, and all that kind of stuff. Like all that kind of stuff just comes back on you. And as much as I realize how much older we're getting or whatnot, but we are getting into that OG status of you know doing our part as people that have been through different situations and kind of dealt with different things and all that kind of stuff, and being able to let other the younger generation know how to navigate different situations. And it's just gonna take a lot more of that, to and it's just gonna take a lot more of that, man. That's really all I can say. It's messed up.
To
You
these
know,
men and shout out to their families and everybody
yeah,
involved. But we got to do better, man. And y'all hearing it right here from Debate from the Great State. We do not endorse that shit. That shit is not cool. You kids, y'all ruin it. And let's say you do get away in a gunfight, man, you'll end up like some of these kids is rapping and shit and on their way to making some real money and making some real change, and you still got one foot in the street and one foot, you know what I'm saying, wherever you trying to get out. And Johnny Law come get you. Next thing you know, you doing 30 years. So
yeah.
none of this shit is cool. None of this shit is cool at all. So from debate from the Great State to you, the three OGs, y'all need to chill.
And you know what?
Not the violence.
I think that's why I told you about that post on that page. Getting to right where we are right now. Like that message that he had, that's relevant right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
I think that's why that went to my mind, and I had you look at that, bro.
Because the minute motherfuckers twist any damn thing you say against you, hard body, and bringing out that energy, it's gonna be easy for the world to believe that energy and go by the energy. It's real easy to say, oh, they're gonna hide the good shit, you know what I'm saying? Highlight the great shit, hide the bad shit, you know what I'm saying? That's a different topic for another day. But go ahead with it, Chris. Roll on with it.
We gotta keep this train moving. We had another topic, but I think we gotta keep the time rolling. So, do y'all want to get into Dababy, or y'all want to just jump into ignorant shit and then slap bangers?
Let's hop in the ignorant shit.
All right, so we can do.
Actually, you know what? I tell you a lot back. I would say this. We could do a little bit about Dababy. I say we could do a little quick synopsis on it.
Quick synopsis.
Y'all agree with that?
Roy, this is yours. You want to cue it up?
Yeah. So Dababy's older brother committed suicide, and it's a real messed up situation. Anytime somebody takes their own life. I've had people in my life take their own lives, and it's definitely a messed up situation. You really are left with no type of answers or no type of closure with it because of how it happens or whatnot. So prayers and condolences and thoughts and all types of sympathies and condolences go out to Dababy's family and all that. And that just goes to show you that no matter how much money that you might have, or your somebody in your family might have, and all that kind of stuff, somebody's always struggling. You gotta go make sure that you know, in tune with what's going on and you check on them. So go ahead, Chris.
Baby's older brother, Glenn Johnson, reportedly committed suicide on Tuesday, November 3rd, in their hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, the chart topping rapper is speaking out about Johnson's death. In a post shared to his Instagram stories, the baby quoted a line from his song Intro from 2019's Kirk, which goes, "My brother be thinking that we don't love him and let him struggle like we ain't family, like I won't give up all I got to see you happy." The following morning, November 4th, the baby shared another video to his social media and wrote across the post, "Check on your people for me."
Good morning. Check on your people. I probably want you to call and say, "What's up? Are you straight?" Do that.
According to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department of North Carolina, officers responded to a call on Tuesday at about 1:39 p.m. local time regarding an assault with a deadly weapon. Upon arrival, law enforcement discovered Johnson, who sustained a gunshot wound. Although Johnson was rushed to a nearby hospital, he was pronounced dead on arrival. Police added, this incident is currently classified as a death investigation. The baby suffered another loss in 2018 when his father died suddenly, which he addressed on the aforementioned track Intro, as well as in a since-deleted Instagram post. "I got a text message saying my album was number 3 on the charts, then talked to my little brother and found out my pops passed away out of nowhere, and my went number 1 on the charts out of nowhere," he wrote in the caption at the time. "My biggest loss and my biggest win at the same time. Everything they love about me, I learned from you." But what do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, man. So, go ahead, Ant.
Oh shit. I'm gonna keep it simple and sweet with this one. Not only just for time's sakes, but this is as simple as it is. Just listen to the message I'm saying, man. It is real out here for us, for anybody that out there that feeling some type of way. If you feeling some type of way, man, go out there and try to find some help. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is serious, and people who are around folks, man, take take it serious. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing you do is let something go by and ignore it or play it off, and it festers up into a situation like this. That is a heart wrenching feeling. I have experienced that shit about 3 times in my life, and one of the times being about like shit, about 4, about not even 4, about like 2 months ago with one of my good friends. And it ain't a cool thing, man. It's if you need help, if you feel like you need help, or you dealing with somebody, you realize something really out of care about the people. Like baby said, man, just check on your people, cause you may never know. And number 2, you be a real fucking amazed how much a random hello to somebody will fuck around, cause change somebody, extend somebody's life. Like, don't take that for granted. A simple fucking hello got me out of some hard times. I ain't went down that route yet, but it got me out of some bad places. Somebody, a random text from one of these two cats. So I got some other people that hit me up out of the random and shit. Just fuck around, brighten my day up sometimes, you know, because we only human. And you know what I'm saying? It's tough to be human in this world. About twice as tough as be black men in this world. And so man, it look like we all got together. You see the smiles, cries, and jokes and shit, but sometimes we got deeper tears behind that, you know. So just pay attention if you see your people moving out of character, you know. Yeah, somebody was talking all this shit like, "Hey, I'm going to school. I'm going to school." All of a sudden, they just drop all school shit like that. It's pay attention, you know. That's what I got for it, man. And
You got on the run.
Hey, it's as simple as checking on your people and knowing your people, man. Knowing your homeboys, knowing your family, being able to identify changes in them and differences in them and things like that. And we're a Trail podcast. So Chris and Anthony, they know kind of the different things that I've been dealing with in my personal life. And I can tell you that there's been times where, you know, I might be, you know, kind of down about a particular situation or whatever, but just them asking me about, hey, how this going, what's up with this, or what's the latest on this and that or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and me getting to talk about it, you know what I mean, has made me feel a whole lot better. You know what I mean? So, people deal with, and that's just the surface, and different, people deal with shit and they tell you what they want you to know. But the shit that, you know other stuff or whatever, they might not necessarily divulge at the moment or whatnot, but everything eventually comes out. And um the simplest things can lead someone out of that mind frame or that mind state. The simplest things, like Ann was talking about, a simple hello or a simple text message, how you doing, or what's going on, or how you been, or things like that. Like, those type of things could positively impact someone, to let them know that somebody really does care about them, or somebody really does want to know what's going on with you. You know what I mean? And want to make sure that you straight. um Suicide, I mean, is a tough subject, for me. I've lost, I mean, a close friend that I had worked with or whatnot, that had become real cool with, and it was kind of it was ruled a suicide or whatever, you know what I mean? But it was something that I just didn't see coming. Like, I had just talked to him that Friday, and we come to work Monday, and what I mean, boom, they talking about he didn't took his own life or whatever, you know what I mean? And he had a lot to live for. They got several endorsements on some different items and things like that, you know what I mean? So it's something that runs through our community. And one thing we got to get out of the mode of is trying to handle everything on our own. We can't handle everything on our own. Sometimes you got to talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with talking to somebody. There's nothing wrong with going to see a doctor to talk to somebody. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. It's a necessity. Like, we're not meant to be non-sociable people. You know what I mean? Like, holding things in and things like that. Like, it can end up leading to your demise. You know what I mean? And changing your whole energy and your mind frame and things like that. So it's important that you get out and you talk to somebody, and what I mean, you have that outlet, that you have some type of support system. And for the individuals that has that mind frame and that type of awareness, to be able to sense the differences in people, as far as what they're sensing from them, the vibes that they get from them. you know we got to be the front runners on this, and knowing that, hey, you sure you all right? I just got this feeling that, what I mean, you ain't all good right now. What's going on? Like, we got to be the ones that bring that to light, and that, initiate that conversation or whatnot. And, you know, a lot of it kind of rolled into the whole mental health thing. You know, us as a people, we not ones that, really just harp on, the whole mental health thing. But, you know, we need to. Mental health is something that's a very, very, it's a very, very although it's diverse as far as it, how it affects people and things like that, but it does affect us. And a lot of it is, based off of, because we don't talk to nobody about nothing. We hold everything inside. And, ain't no doubt in my mind that, if, if things was different or whatnot, if it was something that the baby's brother needed, or wanted or anything like that. I'm pretty sure, if if the conversation was had and some type of understanding was met, that or that phone call was made prior to the whole situation going down, that things would have been different. So it's definitely a subject that's kind of close to me or whatnot. And it's just messed up. Anytime somebody take their own life, man, like it's messed up. I didn't know a couple of people to do that, man, and it just really leaves you with a bad feeling and bad taste in your mouth, man, because you really get no closure from it.
whatsoever.
But I'm go ahead, Chris.
I'm closing out by saying this, man. I know it's easier said than done, but never take a permanent solution for a temporary situation in your life. And
That's a good analogy, bro.
as bad
That's
as
a good analogy.
as
You know
bad as
that that's the truth. That's a fact.
Hey, that's good. Whatever the fuck it is, it's good.
as bad
It's good.
as bad as things can get, and again, I say it's easier said than done because we're in the information age. All this information is out there. As y'all notice, I got the suicide prevention hotline up. That way, if we just putting the information out there. But as much as the information is out there, people still seem to go out and do these things. And I would love to say that I get it, but I really don't. But I do understand that there's a mental health element to it. Being black men, what I'm saying, all three of us from the black community, there was no such thing as mental health issues in our community. I think that's just now becoming something that the black community is starting to accept, here in this 21st century in the 2020 era, you know what I mean? That we can now kind of start to say that I might be dealing with a little bit of anxiety. I might be dealing with a little bit of depression, you know what I mean? I might be dealing with PTSD, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of unresolved issues that people have in their lives. And, a lot of people, look, I'll be straight up with you. And my old lady will tell you, I'm very hard with my emotions. Like and it's not for, I don't want to talk to people about what's going on with me. It's just the culture that we come from is you suck it up and keep moving. But not everybody's able to keep moving in the moment of sucking it up. And sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes people just need somebody to vent to. They don't just need to hear nobody say no words. They just need somebody to say, hey, what's up? How's it going? You know what I'm saying? How's everything going? And that opens the door so they can relieve that pressure of all the BS that they got on their mind.
Yeah.
Out. So, in closing, I just want to say this, man. Let's not dismiss mental health in the black community. If you don't feel trusting of anybody around you in your circle or in your family, you don't even have to use this hotline, the suicide hotline. Just get on Google mental health hotline. It don't have to be a suicide prevention. Anxiety, I'm pretty sure they got a hotline for people for anxiety. I mean, it's reach out and talk to somebody or find an outlet, you know what I'm saying? Go to the gym, man. It's easy to say go to the gym. Everybody say go to the gym. Play video games, you know what I mean? Just anything that's constructive, stay away from the shit that's deconstructive. Stay away from the liquor, man. Stay away from confrontation and shit like that. But whatever you do, make sure you're trying to get some help. Make sure you talk to somebody. And, again, for anybody out there, if you notice a change in somebody's character, if you notice a change in somebody's mood, somebody's attitude, you know what I'm saying, just reach out. I mean, between us three, like we pretty much know what be going on. You know what I'm saying? Out the blue, I'll give you a call, Rut. You know what I'm saying? Out the blue, and I'll give you a call. And shit, it don't even be a fucking call, man. Out the blue, I'll drop a funny ass meme in the group chat. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's enough to say, hey, you know what? Shit, I was down in the dumps, but this damn meme that Ant put in this motherfucker with SpongeBob, this shit funny as hell. This shit, I'm cool now. You know what I mean? So it can be anything, man. It can be anything. And Those are my last two on that. So, fellas, we have now got to the portion of our segment that I like to call ignorant shit. And we've been down the road on this one, and we came up with two topics. So I feel like both of these topics can go together. I don't want to do one or the other. I think we should do both. But I'm not a dictator.
They do go together. They do go together.
I wanna. What do y'all want to do? Y'all want to do both of them or one or the other?
They go together.
They go together.
All right. So
they go together like a wall, like a plug in an outlet.
Are you
with a teaspoon of water by the side?
Are you guys familiar with the bullshit that went down with the Trump rally campaign supporters in Tarrant County's Fort Worth last week?
Oh, indeed. Is you informed of what went down on I-10 involving a certain blue bus that's passing through?
I believe I'm familiar with
these doggone donkeys and elephants, man.
Boy, damn.
I'm glad this shit over with.
Man, tell me about it.
Everybody can get their ass back to the damn zoo.
Well, as they were doing that last great debate, let's play that. So let's pull this out.
What went down last week before the election went down? Some Trump supporters was having a rally in Fort Worth. They had a police escort, and they just so happened to take their rally. And I'm not quite sure. I know you guys are familiar with it. I'm not quite sure our audience is familiar. If you're from Texas, in North Texas, you probably are. But they took their rally in the infamous, famous neighborhood of Stop 6 in Fort Worth. Now, I'm going to ask you guys before I play this video.
It might be red. Fort Worth might be red, but this part of this Stop 6 ain't red, buddy.
I think Stop 6 is red, but I think Stop 6 is red for a whole different reason, right?
I think that other county had a lot to do with that, with Fort Worth being red, bro. Stop 6 ain't have shit to do with that.
Now, Stop 6 ain't had nothing to do with that. So if you're familiar with the Stop 6...
Actually, probably do, because probably half Stop 6 can't vote.
Maybe.
I love my people out there, though. They get it in out there.
But if you're familiar with Stop 6, the Stop 6 neighborhood in Fort Worth, that is pretty much an all-black neighborhood. And for the most part, most black folks in Texas were pretty much more supportive of the Biden-Harris campaign than they were the Trump what was the vice president campaign? There you go. I forgot their names already.
Yeah. Jay, just give y'all another little more insight, just a hindsight compare, because everybody watch TV. Stop 6, you could compare that to the same place of, you know where Omar, Snoop, and Chris was dumping all them bodies at in on the wire? That's about how the Stop 6 is if you come down there with that bullshit. I ain't lie.
Video, OG.
Go for it.
There we go.
Real shit.
See the flag? In the back of the pickup.
You telling them what it can do, too.
He kept through that bitch in a Tacoma? Nah.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? This how it's going down? Y'all gonna let them come through our hood like that, man? It's our hood, bro. This our neighborhood. Y'all gonna let them come in? Hey, that's disrespectful what he doing, bro. He can't come to our hood like that. Disrespectful.
gotta get out there, bro.
He got them windows up. He got them windows up on that damn Tacoma.
Facts.
Yeah, you going that way, homeboy.
Yeah, the windows down. He might got snatched up out that joint.
That's what y'all want? No?
Hey, the law man more nervous than he is.
Yeah. Your bitch ass out of
The
Well,
law man back there like, fuck, why I take Kenny's shift today? He know damn well he's supposed to be on that birds.
the funk has spoken out.
Funky time.
Right, what you think about that, OG?
Man, I think them jokers came through there with a purpose of instigating and antagonizing black people in the hood. But yet, when they got there, they were sadly, they didn't get the response that they was hoping, and pretty much got rent the fuck up out of there. And like you said, I think the police was a little bit more nervous than what they was, because they was enclosed in the vehicle with the windows up. Police was out there on the street. So I think the police, if they'd have been anywhere else, you know what I mean? I think, the police may have may have allowed it to happen or whatever. But police knew where they was. The people that rode through knew where they was. And I just think that it was definitely an antagonistic type rally type deal that had happened down through there, whatever. But it ain't go the way that they wanted it to go. Yeah. They got ramped up out of there, and I'm happy that they got ramped up out of there. But I'm also happy that nobody was arrested, nobody was hurt, and that the situation wasn't more blown out of proportion than what actually happened. You know what I mean? Well, because
my favorite part,
AKA, it's peaceful.
It was peaceful.
It was a peaceful thing. He told them to get the fuck up out of there, and they carried their damn ass. So
my favorite part was when
old boy feelings could call cold blue.
When old boy told him, "No, you can't come through here. No, you gonna have to turn this motherfucker. You can't leave through here. You gotta turn this motherfucker around."
Yeah.
He whipped that motherfucker. Hey man, he whipped that motherfucker. He turned that wheel ever so.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what you think about it, OG?
Man, for my listeners out there that ain't from the great state, let me break something down to you.
Uh-oh.
Dallas and Fort Worth they are close, but boy, by God, we do not fuck around. We do not crossbreed.
Not at all.
Hey, we need to be better. We need to be better about this.
I probably been to Fort Worth 5 times my whole life.
And 3 of them times when I had to live out there because my job took me out there.
3 of them times when he was out there, and I came home and I went to his house. The other times was to go to doggone bank or whatever, and even then, I ain't even want to go that damn far. Now I'm glad they got one off 20. Where I ain't got to go all the way out there in Arlington. I ain't got to go all that way.
I just go out there when I go to the gym. I go to Metroflex, and that's in the daytime.
Man, I ain't fucking. I don't fuck around in Fort Worth. I don't go out there. As far as I go, it's 6 Flags and back.
Hey, I was like that until I had got my job. Now, which I understand in that. My people out there that's listening, liking, and subscribing, and all that good jazz. That's just what it is. We need to work on this together. But as of right now, well, we still ain't crossed over the buttermilk yet. We still but either way, I'm saying all that to say this. I end up having had a job that got me placed in smack ass Fort Worth, which I still kind of stayed on the south end side. I stayed off of 20 because I know I need to get the fuck out of there as soon as I can when I need to. Right? But I have had the chance to meet up with some people. I had some kinfolk out there that took me around. And when you take your ass up past, this one thing about this whole shit though. I know when my people took me around there to the old Stop 6 area, right? Hood is a hood is a hood is a hood. Now, granted, Stop Six a little more realer hood. You know what I'm saying? Way a little realer than I thought. Like I say, you got to keep that devil down this hole. That ass got to keep that devil in the hole. The devil's still looking around for the dope man. Like, let me borrow your gun real quick. Stop Six is a little spot. It's a little rough down there. And I stayed in the roughest of the South of Dallas. I've been in the South, the roughest part for the boot of the New Orleans city where the hoes all right and the brothers are pretty. I've been to them. But Stop Six is a special place. And unless your ass is right down there in the goddamn Caprice or a blue in a Caprice or either a white and black fucking what they call them not Caprice
Crown Vic.
Broham.
Crown Vic.
Hey, Crown Vic or Impala with that damn horns on them bitches and the light actually work and you a social worker. White people ain't coming to that part of town, bro. hey, when they release the people from prison or killing up on the side of the road, they put the white people past Stop Six. They don't let them touch Stop Six right there. They know what time it is down there. So for your ass to bring your ass up there, like Roy said, your ass is from Tyson and shit, and you thought it was gonna be sweet. You thought that pastor out there in Dallas was just enough. But that's a whole nother thing about this Idris shit too. But brought your ass out there. Oh, we going down there, pass our cookies to the people, and out there trumping this and trumping that. Nah, bitch, you gonna get your ass up out of here talking that goofy shit. Especially talking about what you gonna stop these racists for. Yeah, you got away with that shit in Dallas. Oh, you came to the wrong side of town in Fort Worth, brother. You were on the wrong 820. You should probably that shit probably would have worked maybe around the Bryant area, Bryant urban area.
East 820.
Yeah, the East 820. Don't fuck with that unless you're trying to get some cross ties. That is it. So it just isn't funny even trying to begin that shit in the first place, bro. Like I said, it just what my wife said I do it to her all the damn time. I don't believe her ass. It's called gas lamping. Yeah, come down there, start some shit, just to start some shit.
Act like you ain't did shit.
Yeah, or in other words, throwing rocks and hiding your hands.
Act like you know what you're doing.
But I do got you though, Roy. Hey, I'm with you. 200% agree with you. I'm glad as fuck. Now, granted, it's the hood, but these ain't no dumb ass hood now, boys. Now, now your ass got up out there safe. We ain't have to came out there flipping shit. So, and that's one of the hardest parts. I guess you was trying to cite some shit to put on social media and be like, "Hey, yo, these black folks acting fool for Trump for Pence or."
That's what they was trying to get. That's exactly what they were trying to get. They were trying to get that rise out of some black folk or whatever in Texas.
That's because
yeah, that's what they was trying to get.
Yeah, that shit y'all worked in Minnesota. We too smart. Everybody think the South is dumb? No, we ain't dumb, bro.
Because I'm gonna tell you this. Right, because I'm gonna tell you this. If you bring your ass out there to Fort Worth, you're looking for some shit. Because you ain't just going to Fort Worth just to be fucking going because ain't nothing on the fucking other side. So when you come out there, you was coming over there for a damn reason. You wasn't coming out there, you know what I'm saying, just on some, oh, I'm gonna ride through, because once you get to the other damn side, next thing you're gonna hit is Abilene.
Yep.
So
what's the other one? Weatherford.
Yeah, Weatherford. It ain't shit there either. So
let your ass buy stock.
If you ain't buying no damn cows, you ain't buying no damn Longhorns, or you ain't down there to see damn. They actually redid downtown Fort Worth, and it's actually pretty nice or whatever. If you ain't there Fort Worth to see that that shit there, you there for the wrong damn reason. You know what I mean? You came there for a reason, and you went the way you went to on purpose. And I think that's exactly what happened with these individuals. They came there for a reason. They knew where the fuck they was going, because don't nobody just fucking end up in fucking stop six on a fucking humbug or some damn accident shit. They knew what the fuck they was doing. They knew where the fuck they was going, and they went there on purpose.
Hey, can we acknowledge the fact that they didn't just go there on purpose with a big ass pickup truck and they flag, but they actually had a police escort.
They knew where the fuck they was going. That's why they had the escort. They had the escort because they was going somewhere they knew it was gonna be some trouble.
They knew.
Now, if you just wanted to out there wave your flag, you could have just did that just as free as the fuck you want to.
But
nah,
you
want to make sure you
rolled your ass around 820 for that.
But they knew
that. They could take their ass on down Polk and Wheatland if they really wanted. Try that shit down. Try that shit down Illinois while you at it.
Oh yeah,
sure. Try that shit down. Try that shit down Tioga.
8th Street, the States. Come on with it.
Hey, come on, yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Hey, but keep that bullshit Cairo if you know what's good for you.
Hey.
This kind of rolls into the second half of ignorant shit. You know, the whole Trump situation. Now, are you guys familiar with
this should get real ignorant right here.
Are you guys familiar with the legendary, the Super Bowl champion?
That's what I was waiting for.
Herschel Walker.
This is what I thought. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was waiting on this. I was waiting on this right here. I didn't even think we was gonna do that 4-verse shit. I was waiting on this right here.
This is what you was waiting on?
This right here. This is what I was waiting on. When you came with that 4-verse shit, I was like, oh shit, we doing this shit, right? We doing this shit here. Damn. I wish we were doing the Uncle Shay shit and the Herschel Walker shit. But hey, I'm glad we doing it. Go ahead, man. Play that video, man. Read them tweets. Read them tweets. Read the tweets.
Normally, the format of our show is we'll watch about 2 or 3 minutes worth of video, and then we'll go into our social commentary on it. But this one, I was hoping Uncle Shay gave us some good, entertaining video footage, but he left us to our literary devices. So we have to use that good old DeSoto ISD education that we received and break this one on down. So should I just jump right into it, or y'all want to open it up real quick?
Yeah, but Uncle Shay did give us some good memes. He did give us some good memes to pass on and share with this. We all know that Uncle Shay, you know, he owns Club Shay, and you know, Shay don't take no bullshit. No. Shay drink Hennessy and smoke Black and Miles, and he wear do-rags.
Hey, can we do this?
This ain't the motherfucker that you want to fuck with.
How about this? I'll be Herschel, right?
Okay.
And Roy, you read it, and one of y'all read this shit back and share it. Unless one of y'all want to be Herschel.
All right. I feel like Roy want to be Uncle Shay.
I can barely see that shit.
Don't read that. Huh?
Hold on.
I play Uncle Shay.
All right, I'll be Herschel.
Go for it.
Oh, here we go. You got it, Chris. I turned the phone sideways.
Yeah, you want to take it?
I think I'm good now. I turned the phone sideways. Who am I gonna be?
Who you want to be? You want to be Shay or Herschel?
I want to be Shay. I want to be Uncle Shay.
I'll be Shay.
All right, then you be Shay. All right, then I'm gonna start off like this. Instead of us fighting and going to court, why don't we have Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin vote again? We can have it done within a week and maintain our democracy.
Hey. So I read the tweet above it or below?
Yeah, the one above.
Okay, that's the one I want to read.
Yeah, that's the reply.
That's the one I want to read. That's the one I want to read right there. If you don't sit your ass down, you didn't suggest Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin vote again. in 2016 at the Trump run. From one GA boy to another, STUL, which means shut the fuck up.
Uncle Shay told that motherfucker from one GA boy to another, shut the fuck up.
Go ahead, Aunt.
Hit it with that Black Dynamite topic. Hey, that was a bad one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That was pretty much it.
that was back and forth. Because Herschel he didn't reply back to him, I don't think.
No, Herschel didn't want no more of that smoke, man.
Yeah, that was everybody else commentating.
Herschel Walker definitely. We talked about this before we got on here. Now we heard Herschel got some hands because he delved in the MMA thing and all that kind of stuff. I just personally don't believe.
Hey, Uncle Shay serving him a hot ale, son. I just had to do that for the one time.
Exactly.
That'll be my screensaver.
I don't believe that Herschel Walker could compete with Shay, with Uncle Shay. I think it would be a hell of a fight, but I just don't see Herschel coming out with that W. I see Shay. I see Uncle Shay coming out with that doggone victory.
It depends on how much Hennessy Uncle Shay drank the night before.
Cause you best believe he gonna get, but before the fight start, he gonna get full of that courage juice.
Hey,
he gonna get that liquid courage in him. Yeah. And
the trick is Uncle Shay, he don't drink that regular Hennessy like us broke asses do. He got that privilege, the XO, that $1,300 bottle bitch.
Hold on.
Oh. Oh, I guess somebody want to show off that a little bit, Roy. I mean, Chris, I think you want to show off a little bit.
What happened? What?
Uncle Shay got that. Roy got that Uncle Shay bottle?
He got the Uncle Shay bottle, son.
Is this a Shay bottle?
Is that
That is a Shay bottle. I believe that is Uncle Shay bottle.
God. Well, thanks for flexing on us. Let us know our broke asses somebody out of us made it.
I know, right?
Hey, I fuss with Shay, man. Shay the one that got me on this doggone damn Hennessy shit. I don't even drink this shit.
Yeah, I can't stun you. There's more than my white hands, so hey, I give you that. I ain't saying nothing bad about that.
He got his black and mild queued up too.
Yeah, what is your black? You got the.
It's in the car. I got one of them jazz wood tips, man.
I'm about to say, as long as it's a wood tip, you can't do those.
It's in the car.
Not the wood.
It's in the car. It's in the car.
Yeah, and I quit again like a sucker, so I can't join you. So
ain't nothing wrong with quitting, man. That smoke ain't good for you no way, OG.
You're right.
They have to say, but look also G the picture in the bottom left corner there though.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. It's very rare that we have a celebrity when these celebrities start getting out of pocket with their opinions and their comments on social media and in the public. It's very rare that we have a celebrity of either like valued status or higher value status come out and bring them back to reality. And Uncle Shay has done that on several occasions with several people.
Yeah.
That's why so many people rock with Uncle Shay. Now, I will say this: if it come down to a fight between Uncle Shay and Herschel, I would love to throw my support behind Uncle Shay, but I have seen Herschel in his 50s, and he still got it. I would not fuck with Herschel Walker. I would have to talk my shit and keep moving.
You gotta call that motherfucker Earl Campbell to come back and help you.
Yeah, you gotta call old Earl to come deal with her.
You gotta call Earl to help you.
Man, I'm Uncle Shay all day, man. Uncle Shay all day. Uncle Shay will make light work of him.
You think? I don't think. Like I say, it depends on how much of that about he sip. You take two.
Oh, you right.
You take 2 shots of that. Actually, 2 of them cups. If you did that, do 2 of those. Tell me you whooping but anybody ass,
Mm-mm.
except a headache. That's all. Yeah. You can't whoop your own kidney's ass at 2 cups of that. So it depends on how good Uncle Shay feeling. If you do that 1 sip, just to knock that courage off, so he don't feel nothing.
He might have a chance, huh?
Yeah, that motherfucker cross over to the ones and zeros like the Matrix. Oh, he on.
You have a punch.
Herschel Walker though, you need to whip a chair for that motherfucker. And another thing, what I think about this ratchet shit, oh y'all racist and shit, like we said earlier. Don't use Trump name to be happy that you're a racist. Go ahead, let it out. Let the world know. And bring the exact same energy these next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bring it out tomorrow if you want to. Come on down.
Hey, listen, we already know who they are. Ain't they? I mean, shit, they gave us 4 years of letting us know who they are. So, shit.
And another thing too, I think Roy touched on earlier. Boy, when after what time was it? It was around like 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Boy, a lot of the most supportive fan shits went down, didn't they? Oh, them boys just got ghost.
Radio silent.
Did they? I seen a doggone meme where old Peter Griffin went to the police station and was like, "Hey, I would like to make a report on Trump supporters missing." Like,
shit, I think the motherfuckers hiding with Terry Silver somewhere.
man, in a damn Trump.
Radio silent.
Wait for a bitch with no hair on her and point them out. Shit, that's where they hiding at.
Bro, what you got on this, man? Let's close this out so we can get on in the slab bangers.
Close this on out and let me.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm Club Shay. I'm Uncle Shay all day. Herschel Walker might be a beast, but I think that age gonna get the best of him. We're dealing with Uncle Shay, and Uncle Shay always keep it real with us. He always tell us the real. He always come through, and he has never wavered on who he was, who he is, and where he's come from. He's the only person I know on social media and in, you can say, Hollywood or the sports entertainment world that keeps the shit real. I ain't never seen nobody come on damn TV with a fucking bottle of Hennessy, drink that shit, and have a black and mild in their damn mouth. I ain't never seen that. And that's a motherfucker that I don't want to fuck with.
Like it ain't nothing. Uncle Shit.
Like it ain't nothing. Fuck the endorsements. Fuck being on Fox Sports and all the other kind of bullshit. This is who I am. This is where I come from. This is what the fuck I'm doing. And if y'all don't like it, y'all can kiss my ass. I go home and I make some memes and do some fucking Instagram videos and Facebook videos and me and my fucking do-rag, my black and mild, with my damn Lakers jersey on my damn table and my damn Hennessy.
Uncle Shay, that ignorant uncle at the barbecue.
Uncle Shay, that's who Uncle Shay is. And I'm rocking with that before I rock with old high side and front flogging ass motherfucker like Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker, hey, maybe a Hall of Fame and all the other bullshit or whatever. That shit's on the fucking football field. But when it come out to dealing with this real shit and this world shit, I just can't. I ain't fucking with Herschel Walker, man. I ain't fucking with him.
Herschel. You let us down. That's why the Cowboys ain't winning no more Super Bowls, because motherfuckers like you.
Yeah, that fucking bullshit ass damn trade.
Hey, fellas.
Yes.
I believe you guys had brought it to my attention that it is my turn to lead Slab Bangers tonight. Are you guys?
You goddamn right. It is your turn.
Now, yeah, you right. And I just got a question. I think last time we did Slab, well, Did we wrap up the East Coast shit? The East
No,
Coast
Chris
slap
ass was
banger
supposed to,
competition?
he was supposed to bring that in. He was supposed to mix it in last week.
I didn't do it because I deleted the whole video.
I got you.
I
So
had
we
to.
offer the New York shit. I mean the East Coast shit. We offer the East Coast shit.
We can.
We should plan the East
do
Coast
it.
shit for another time.
I would say another time.
Episode 12.
Okay.
Episode?
All right.
Next episode. We bring
I'm
it
just
back.
brainstorming. That's all. I'm just trying to see where we
set
at.
the rules. Listen, we'll set the rules off camera. We'll set the rules for East Coast because last time we freestyled the shit and the shit got a little out of hand and we did like 4 extra songs and shit.
No, we kept it going.
No, we kept it going. Somebody did a damn actual battle rap freestyle, which that shit didn't really fucking count.
It did. Why not?
Then the shit was fucking YouTubed into a fucking mix.
Why? It's bars, bro. You say it for bars.
Hey, did you go get an Uncle Shay black?
This is leftover. I have
He say it was leftover.
All right, y'all ready, man? Y'all got y'all picks tonight, man.
Oh, I got my pick in my head.
You got your pick?
I'm ready, man.
All right, so
what you got, Shaky?
Without further ado, I did it last week. I'm going back to the well. I'm doing it again. I'm going back to DeLorean out of Houston. We're going to do a song called Apollo Creed. I think this is I think that is it. Debate from the great state. If y'all are watching us on YouTube, which is probably the only way you're going to fucking watch us, because it's the only platform we on right now. But if you just so happen...
Till we get the fucking check.
But if you're listening to us,
trying to be on some iHeart shit.
Trying to get that iHeart check. But if you check us
out
on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit like, leave a comment.
Please like.
Content, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Debate from the Great State podcast. This has been episode 11. We 11 weeks strong, kicking ass. And hey man, I want to do some wild shit. We gotta talk about doing some wild shit off camera for episode 12.
How about this? East Coast battle, and I'm throwing the extra song in. How about we do 2 rounds of that?
2 rounds of extra songs?
Hell no, not 2 rounds of song. 1 song East Coast shit, then round 2, 1 more.
All right, cool. Sound like
how the people like what they want, like what they like.
Cool. We'll talk about
See
that.
which DJ is better.
So we got the for the record. I think Roy won today. I give Roy the crown for the days.
He would with his old positive ass.
Hey man,
I give him that.
I just want to know how many rounds have I lost? I don't think
you too positive ass now. So
hey, that's one thing.
Hey,
that's one thing about it.
Chris killed you with the blood.
The bar high. We set the bar high for each other.
We do that. AK accountability. If we can keep that going with music, we keep that on with our lives. And number 2, I know Chris kicked your ass 1 week. Actually, Chris comes guys almost 2 with the old bloodbath chick.
Hey, she was right. She was right.
Like on the 85 South show. Nigga win. Nigga DCM fly. Nigga win.
Hey, bloodbath killed you. ASAP killed you. I killed you with ASAP what? Last week or the week before?
Man,
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about the ASAP and Tyler, bro. I don't know.
No, I mean, get money is all I do. Whether in love with you.
I like the ASAP from last week. I like the last week ASAP.
You like the last week?
Yeah, the one from last week was legit. That's the one where Tyler was like, he was dropping some bars. He was laying some bars. But hey man, y'all got anything y'all want to promote before we knock this out?
Yo, we mentioned it earlier. We put the highline out there. And I'm gonna say it again, goddamn it. Look after your people. Have your people look after them. If you got issues or something, don't take that shit to heart and walk with it. Get your ass some help, please, for love of God. There is way more ways to. You got more options for any problem. Ain't no problem worth your life. That's all I got for that. And love everybody, man. Shoot your people hello. If you ain't talk to your mom in a while, tell her hello. Talk to your sister, your brother, your cousins. Tell all them motherfuckers hello. And tell them like and subscribe too. But
Roy, what you got to lead the people with?
that's why I'm at.
Man, I think I think I'm gonna start something up, man. I'm gonna see about starting something up, and it's gonna kind of tie to the mental health, suicide thing or whatnot. Uh, when I am able to go ahead and get it locked down and get all my licensing stuff done, and you know my tax ID stuff and all that kind of stuff, then I'll put that information out or whatever. But I definitely think it's definitely gonna surround items around this episode. Um, and it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a while. Um, even with the stuff that I've been going through, I've been thinking about, doing something to this effect or whatnot. So, um, but definitely that information is gonna come out later. But definitely check on your people. Check on your people. Know what your people is going through. Call your family. Family is all you got. Call your family. Check on them. And be safe out there. Coronavirus still out here. Don't let the election overshadow this corona stuff that's still out here, whatever. So just make sure y'all staying safe, man. That's all I got to say.
That is Debate from the Great State. Episode 11 is in the bag. Thank y'all for rocking with us, and we look forward to seeing y'all again. Out.
Love y'all.
Tuesday.